Welcome everybody to the DC New 52 review. I want to thank you for tuning into this episode. I am your host, Pauly DC, and let's get into another one of these things. Today I will discuss Suicide Squad Vol.2. It was titled Basilisk Rising, and it was written by Adam Glass with art by Fernando Dagnino, with issues 8 to 13 plus 0 were released between June and December of 2012. After Volume 1, I was completely on board for this new 52 iteration of the Suicide Squad. Stellar story, solidly written characters, and some good old violence. What more is needed? Things continue among those lines here, with the team members still alive being Deadshot, Floyd Lawton, the first Black Spider, Eric Needham, Chato Santana or El Diablo, King Shark, a twin called Light, originally from Green Arrow Volume 1, and of course Harley Quinn, who went even more insane than usual at the end of the last plotline regarding Joker's skinned-off face, and her looking to have been fatally wounded, meaning we need to find out what the hell happened and where Task Force X goes next. Issue number 8 first shows the ending events of Volume 1 with Deadshot subduing Harley via a bullet to the stomach, but here in real time, Suicide Squad leader Amanda Waller alongside Dr. Eliza Viziak, a former Basilisk person working for the good guys, I guess now, and they bring Miss Quinn back to life with what looks like Lazarus Pit formula, the longtime revival fluid present all over DC Comics. Harley is then told how her Gotham killing spree was covered up, and if she's so useless, why even bring her back at all? Right, so she could be your guinea pig. Yikes. Waller then makes her rounds seeing the other TFX members like El Diablo, who is seeing shadow demons and getting new tattoos because they burn off whenever he uses his powers full out. Light is having nightmares about her twin sister Lime, who got her head blown off by a neck bomb for almost snitching. Black Spider looks to be at full strength after sustaining injury in Volume 1, and King Shark actually appears to not be a Bell Rev prisoner, but instead is being held there against his will. Interesting. Now, Basilisk was all over the New 52, and the squad did face them in the opening story, but much more of the group is seen here. First, showing us flashbacks to someone being psychologically tortured, brainwashed, and indoctrinated into its ranks, with mention of them coming together due to the emergence of Superman. Plus, this new agent is told they must kill Amanda Waller. As for Floyd, he's trying to get over his Harley Joker face skin molesting episode, practicing some horrible shooting, and telling Amanda he may need to grow a mustache to change his look. A little nod to him always being drawn with facial hair, but being clean shaven to start here. Also, Savant, who jumped on the team in issue number 6 but got left for dead in issue number 7, somehow survived and is seen concluding a secret deal with Waller. Things then cut between Wally sending the squad on their next mission and more Basilisk flashbacks that seem to tell us that one of these members is the eyes we've been seeing through, and it is confirmed on the last page with one of them wanting to be here intentionally. Issue number 9 opens on Deadshot literally having just killed Mitch Shelley, the Resurrection Man, in Metropolis due to a mini crossover happening here, meaning anything leading up to this will be covered in my Resurrection Man Volume 2 review, but for now, the rest of the team, minus Harley, discusses extraction, also having to take down some lady named Kim Rebecki, who was with Mitch, and there's also newcomer to Task Force X, Charles Murray, aka Iceberg. Yeah, another ice villain in DC, but wait, this one's different, you see. He's a black guy, and also a doctor. Oh wait, that one's been done already. Twice. He's a black guy. That's different, okay? As for Harley, she's only seen in one page here, and it looks like the Lazarus experiment has given her a factory reset, with it being said Harley Quinn is gone and Harleen Quinzel is back. More on that later, because the squad is now traveling on a bus with Mitch, but since they don't know nothing about him, a very explosive resurrection shocks the hell out of them all. Everyone then tries to subdue him again, except with a new superpower granted to Shelley every time he comes back to life. The hardcore electromagnetism one he gets this round is used to kick some major ass, even thwarting an attempt of King Shark trying to eat him, which nothing has been able to escape thus far. El Diablo is last up, and he ends up taking one of the most oof pieces of damage, but he does get to see King Shark friggin' regurgitate former teammate Yo-Yo, who he decided to eat in issue number 5, and now his highly mangled body slinks into the sewers. Deadshot and Light continue on with the mission, being told Plan B by Waller, so the two head inside some very conveniently placed caves and cliffs, wherein DS uses Light as a human shield, letting her take what looks like a lethal blast of energy. Wow. And then he runs further in while Amanda speaks with this Kim woman who Black Spider brought to her right as Deadshot nearly is seen being put down for good. Plan B, though, was to lead Mitch to this spot to do, well, the Fugitive Dive was the movie scene that came to mind when I saw it, which the writing included already, so I'll roll with it, and somehow Lawton survives this cliff dive, but Shelley doesn't, even though he would have had a way better survival chance due to Deadshot breaking the water's surface tension for him by jumping in first, hello, but I'll calm down and just end with saying things are about to get messy with a chainsaw. Fantastic. Resurrection Man number 9 was included in this volume, and it's an immediate continuation from Suicide Squad number 9 with a duo called the Body Doubles, Bonnie Huffman and Carmine Leno, who are private assassins with insanely good healing abilities, now reporting to their boss, the face-mangled director Hooker, who knows what the Suicide Squad is but still tells the girls to move in, which they do with a couple of damn rotary machine guns. Jesse Ventura would be proud. Deadshot and the girls then seem to know each other, though, with him actually suggesting that their handlers talk it out. Too little, too late, as Mitch resurrects again, with this time being a powerful liquid metal being, and he goes on to take out Waller's extraction crew, including tanks. He beats up the Body Doubles effortlessly, then takes over Floyd's body like a jacket, so he can be taken to Kim. Amanda overheard some of that while still with Miss Rebecca, letting it be known that she's aware of who Shelley is, and goes on to call director Hooker, feeding him some lies and saying stand down. Over to a field op building, the Suicide Squad are ready to stop the Mitch Deadshot. Also, Light is seen here, even though she looked pretty dead last edition, but she's never seen again after this fight that the team badly loses, so I'm just going to assume that she was killed here. A bit of a waste for sure. After that business is over, Lawton is let go of in order to find Kim, which Shelley does pretty quick with no fighting, mainly because Waller puts a .44 Magnum slug in his head while distracted, then has Dr. Viziak hack off his hand. Then she gets back to Hooker, who is very displeased to say the least on how things went down. Now that Waller is also done with Mitch, it is said that Kim got a neck bomb to keep an eye on her before the two were let go, and his hand is next seen in a lab having tons of tests being done on it, which he seems to have already noticed as he and Kim go off together. Issue number 10 kicks off more action involving Basilisk as Amanda admires her prize Resurrection Man hand and orders the Suicide Squad to infiltrate a shady business building. But when they're done sneaking up an elevator shaft, Harley is waiting for them so she can drop the news that she's back as Harleen, pissing off Deadshot either way. Things are also taking place in Seattle, so Waller mentions Green Arrow, but not by name for some reason, and spoiler, he doesn't show up, so why even mention him? Meh. Over in some offices, a single Basilisk goon has a board of directors hostage, so Harley comes in delivering pizza, which distracts the goon long enough for the rest of the squad to enter, and when Goon tries to grab a hostage, Deadshot hilariously and very conveniently shoots all the business people because they're all corrupt pieces of shit too. I can't help but chuckle at that. Anyhow, Iceberg stops the goon from trying to blow himself up, El Diablo subdues him and removes a cyanide tooth capsule from his mouth bare-handed, ouch, and then Black Spider starts talking about Basilisk leader Regulus, and how he had an encounter with him in Gotham regarding a group of sewer people known as the Swamp Angels, who he slaughtered like carrion carcasses. Highly disturbing. The reason for that story is to convince the skeptical Deadshot that this guy is real. Then he takes King Shark with him to find 2 more Basilisk guys in the tech mainframe. And when found, one tries to swallow a hard drive of intel that they stole. No worries though, because he's about to become stomach content as well. Back in Bell Rev, if you're wondering what happened to Yo-Yo, he made his way there all the way from Metropolis in some way I'm not even bothering to worry about, in order to slay Waller for knowing King Shark would eat him, but just as he's about to go Freddy Krueger on her, she manipulates him into stopping due to saying it was a test to prove that he's extremely durable and hard to kill. The mission status is then reported to Amanda, with Basilisk going after intel on a project called Genesis. Before returning to base though, the goon that was taken down earlier somehow is able to kill himself, tipping off Waller that there's a traitor among the current TFX who slipped him some poison. Issue number 11 begins with El Diablo being interrogated by Waller over who let the Basilisk goon kill himself. Then he takes a bit of a cheap chair shot. How did you not see that coming though, dude? Anyway, he's loaded up with the rest of the squad on a plane with new orders to infiltrate Regulus's base and eliminate him. Unfortunately, a new recruit is a Basilisk zealot and is able to detonate her neck bomb, killing half of the new team of unnamed people, also causing the aircraft to crash into the water. Waller witnesses all of that, then almost immediately gets contacted by her secret boss saying put a new squad together now. But instead she just gets drunk before getting a call from someone saying come home. Of course, our main players all survive though, having dove into the water, more specific, the Gulf of Mexico off the Yucatan Peninsula, as stated by King Shark after tasting the water. Pretty cool ability actually. The squad then meets a hidden Mayan tribe who invite them into their city, and because the SS think that Waller thinks they're dead, they begin to party and feast with these locals. Okay? Deadshot isn't having any of this, however, and demands that the team continues the mission, but no one wants to join him. I love how things go from guns being pointed to Floyd just sitting with everyone while food is passed out. Real authoritative, bro. He then starts pointing fingers at his teammates over who the Basilisk traitor is, which has King Shark reminding that Harley already betrayed the team, and when things head toward getting bloody, Black Spider steps in, trying to break everything up, and gets smacked around by Deadshot for his trouble. Even though the hit didn't seem overly hard though, Spider winds up passing out along with the others thanks to being drugged by their not-so-humble hosts, and Lawton gets knocked out since he didn't eat their food, only to wake up attached to one of the pyramid temples with grim results on the horizon. Issue number 12 picks up right from the previous, and aside from being slightly racist due to this Mayan tribe jumping straight into human sacrifice, it's not even that factually accurate considering the Maya people sacrificed quite minimally opposed to, say, the Aztecs. Also, why in the hell would the team in any way believe that interacting with this tribe in the manner that they did was a good idea? I don't know, and I don't care. Especially because the squad is saved by Basilisk soldiers shooting down the Mayan people, that's so bad. Then they are seen being led by George Harkness, or Captain Boomerang. What the hell? I say that extra because last time we saw him, he was being set up by Waller and Deadshot, giving him up to freaky Basilisk agent Grey Laura. Georgie is fast to repay that favor though now by dragging Floyd through the jungle on an ATV, bringing him and Harley to the one and only Regulus. Which means a few things. The brightest star in the Leo constellation, it's Latin for little king or prince, and Greek for Basiliskos. Aha! Black Spider then tries a ninja attack on him, not going over well. Harley gets slapped around, but no one dies here because they are shown Masada instead, his massive training ground named after a historical site in southern Israel. In the next scene, it looks like someone is getting shot, but I have no clue what's happening, so let's move on to Regulus, seeming to know more about King Shark than King Shark does. Well, it's a brief hint. What's way more important here is the squad being taken away, but Deadshot picks a fight with Captain B, turning into a pretty good scrap until the team is freed by their former teammate, as he goes on to take out some Basilisk guards with his boomerangs. And Floyd quickly realizes that Waller intended for Harkness to be taken in if he pretended to join the group, which is how Wally has been getting all of the intel on them. Joining cults is far from Captain Boomerang's style, so this reveal was not too difficult to see. The team goes on to assault a main watchtower, killing lots of Basilisk flunkies along the way. However, once inside, CB is put down by the finally revealed traitor, Black Spider, which kind of already got spoiled in a way considering his Swamp Angels flashback was drawn in the same purple gradients as the Basilisk brainwashing throwbacks that involved targeting Waller. Things then get much worse for Harley and Deadshot because Basilisk was also recently able to turn King Shark, Iceberg, and El Diablo into sleeper agents, activating them with a trigger word. Amanda ain't in much better circumstances either, walking in on her wheelchair-bound Nana having a Kusarigama held to her throat by Black Spider. Alright, what's going on? Issue number 13 starts off with a bang, and that bang is Deadshot shooting Black Spider in the face, enabling him and Harley to get away, while now being confirmed by Floyd that whoever he just killed was a decoy of Eric Needham, placed by Basilisk because the real one could have dodged the bullet that was just shot at him. Seems unlikely at point blank range, but I mean, how could you not tell that this guy wasn't this guy? Come on. Back over in Louisiana, the state that Belle Rev is in, Waller is kind of shocked that Black Spider is the traitor, except he gets even more of a shock when Nana stuns him with an electric device in her wheelchair, but he then vanishes in a plume of smoke. Nana goes on to demand a gun, so Amanda gives her one, but before the two can get into a safe room, Spider jumps them and takes the gun, aiming it right at Waller's face. Problem is, there's no bullet clip inside, opening a chance for him to be shanked. Urban ninja that doesn't use firearms or not, I feel like he would know essential things about them, such as weight. Plus, Wally took an extremely big chance in, hoping he'd go for Nana's intentionally unloaded pistol and not hers. Anyway, the ladies get into lockdown so they can reminisce about how Nana straight up forced Amanda to leave the mean street and go into adoption in a better place because her parents died, with these demands being done at gunpoint. Damn, that is harsh. Damn. Memory time abruptly ends though after Black Spider blows the solid steel door right into the room, crushing and killing Nana. Holy shit. Then, when he's got Waller's throat clutched, ready to kill her, it is said that she knows his mask ever so slightly hinders his vision, allowing her to slip off her high heel shoe, using it to stab him in the eye, and then shoot dead the basilisk backup Spider brought. Seemed clever at first, but again, the guy is an urban ninja. I feel like he would go to far lengths to ensure his suit didn't hinder any of his five senses. Finishing with the Suicide Squad, Deadshot tries to unsuccessfully shoot El Diablo while Harley simply deprograms King Shark with a super conveniently placed emergency water hose. Alrighty. Iceberg and El Diablo wind up being a little trickier, but Deadshot still gets it done by hacking Ice's freezing hand off, then tossing it to Diablo, which cools him down real quick. And after all that excitement is done, Captain Boomerang shows up with tons of Basilisk prisoners ready for a final attack. The area briskly turns into a battle zone with the squad leading everyone against Basilisk, causing Regulus to target them first. Trying to brain bend Harley, then grabbing Deadshot hostage, which is a horrible idea due to Lawton living up to his team's name, shooting himself in the chest, causing the bullet to go directly into Regulus, ending on things with our main characters looking on at their collective misery. Issue number 0 concludes this book, and it stars Amanda Waller a few years ago before the Suicide Squad days, but after her Team 7 time, which is another title I will cover. And here she's in Malaysia attempting to be recruited by some Spec Ops crew, not going over well at first until an old soldier buddy of hers, Durin, steps in, showing he's involved. The two then talk about the past together, with Waller still not wanting to help, but when Regulus and Basilisk are mentioned, the two take a walk. Actually, a chase quickly ensues as they catch some street goon who winds up having Basilisk connection, and they find out the group has cooked up their own dirty bomb. Amanda officially joins the crew now, heading to a village of interest, wherein Durin allows his gal pal from the past to take point, as she jumps on a motorcycle, and apparently Wally is Jason Statham now, riding up a cliff and shooting a helicopter down with a couple of pistols. Huh. Regulus then makes an appearance, kicking off a fight with Amanda that shows us these two have rough history together. But more importantly here, the Spec Ops team, including Durin, cannot stop the dirty bomb blast that decimates the entire area in a green flash, thus turning all the locals into mutated things before killing them. And unfortunately for Waller, Durin is infected, so to put him out of his misery, she shoots him dead. Huh. This then, for some reason, gives her the idea to pitch the Suicide Squad team to her shady boss. Man, some of these Zero issues are tough to get through, let me tell ya. Alright. The plot for this Volume 2 carried itself very well. Every character truly had their own set of solid traits and backstories coming out, a fantastic blend of garish and gruesome adventures, with the team sort of getting their first big antagonist in Regulus. There was nothing to complain about with the Resurrection Man tie-in, made the New 52 universe feel more connected. Only thing I'd say was missing would be the lack of TFX carnage. Aside from Light, who wasn't confirmed dead, and a couple of no-namers, not many missions were suicide. Getting into the art next, there's one thing that seemed to stand out to me the most: the design of all the characters. The fight scenes and the action sequences are fantastic, but the artists were really focusing on how to produce those involved here. Cliff Richards and Federico Dalluccio gave great stuff, but I enjoyed Fernando Dagnino's renderings of everyone the most. Wrapping up on dialogue, it was humorous throughout, never took itself more serious than it had to. Things were quite casual and well presented, with tight secrets among the group and Waller always having sneaky solutions to everything. Just well done all around. That's gonna conclude this review for today, and if you've watched until the end here, I want to personally thank you for that, and to please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow me on all my social media platforms, and to please join me next time for more DC New 52 content.